friends, and welcome back. This is Patty Bennett, Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. I wanted to share a card with you that we made at our last stamp class, and it has gorgeous fall leaves on here. It's also pretty good for a guy card. You know, we're always looking for man cards. I don't know about you, but I stamp a lot with flowers, and so it's kind of a nice change here to have something different for the guys. So I want to show you how I made these leaves. This is something that I learned at our Stampin' Up! Convention in July. We have this great Autumn Accents Big Shot die, and these are the leaf and acorn shapes that it cuts out when you run it through the Big Shot. And it coordinates with this Wonderfall stamp set. These are in the holiday catalog. And I don't know about you, but when I saw this, I thought, how am I ever going to match up these die cuts with the leaves? And I wasn't sure, even with a clear mount, if I'd be able to do it. So this is what they taught us at convention, and I just want to show you this great tip. So I'm going to pull out this leaf, and I have already die cut several of the leaves here, so I have those ready to go. And this is our color palette, lots of yummy fall colors. So I have Daffodil Delight, Lucky Limeade, Soft Suede, Riding Hood Red, Chocolate Chip, and Cajun Craze. You don't have to have all of those colors, but any variety of fall colors will look great. So here's what they showed us at convention, and I'm going to start with this leaf stamp from the Wonderfall set and this die cut that matches it. I'm inking my stamp with Daffodil Delight ink. I'm going to lay my die cut over the stamp and give it a little press in the center, and then flip it over and press down, and then you have your stamped image. And it's not exactly perfect, but what we're going to do is sponge the edges, and we're going to hide just that little imperfection, and you will see this is beautiful. So let me grab the Riding Hood Red, and I'm going to sponge a little around the edges, and this is really going to make it start looking like a fall leaf. And then I think I'll do a little Lucky Limeade, because that's kind of how the leaves look as they're turning color in the fall. They're not all one color. They tend to be several different colors. And then lastly, I think I'll add a little Soft Suede down here. Okay, so we have that pretty mix so far of those four colors. Then they crumpled it up. I know. It's like, oh my goodness, crumple it up. Okay. And what this did was gave some interesting texture here, so that when you take your sponges and you rub back over, the sponges are picking up those wrinkles. And look how lovely that became. Isn't that interesting? I think it's really pretty. Then we're going to give it a little spritz of water. I'm just going to lay it here on an old cloth so that I don't get my whole surface wet. But this is just water. And that just really makes the colors blend and soften. I don't know, I think it's gorgeous. I love these leaves. So that's one method. And I did use that method for this leaf right here. That's stamped and crumpled and sponged. And of course, it's a different color, but you get the idea. That's what I did with that one. So to do these two, let me show you what we did with that. Those leaves are featuring this embossing folder. It's called wood grain, and as you can see, it looks like wood grain. So we laid the leaves onto the folder, and in fact it doesn't even have to be in a single layer. You can just layer them all on top of each other like that and close it up and run it through the Big Shot, and then you will get all of the neat stripes, the embossed stripes there on your leaves. But what makes them more realistic is if you fold them in half first, you can take this to your Simply Scored tool and do it perfectly down the middle if you want to, or you can just fold it and then give it a crease with your bone folder. And then if you lay this so that this folded edge is at about a 45-degree angle to these embossed lines, then I'm going to show you what happens when you emboss it. So I'll be right back. Okay, I don't have room for my Big Shot right here where I have my camera set up. So I ran over and ran this through the Big Shot. So then when you open this up, you can see that this gave you basically the veins of a leaf, and it looks really real. Isn't that cool? So then if you go through the same process of inking with your sponges, and I personally just prefer several colors on there. I think that that's a really neat variation to get several colors going on your leaf. And then you can do the edges as well. Okay, so I've got a few different colors on there. Then let me just come over here. I'm going to spritz this so that it starts to blend. And then you get that really pretty faded, blended look. I love this. I think it's really pretty. So you can just do all sorts of different combinations of stamping, crumpling, embossing. The wood grain folder is fabulous for this project. We also used it right here on the coordinations cardstock. I'll be showing you that in another video, how to use that cardstock. And then this DSP is the Howl's Tooth and Scaring Bone package. So those are a lot of nice fall colors and patterns in that package. Then the last thing is I just topped it off here with one of the new ribbon slides. Let me just show you those. The ribbon slides are in the holiday catalog, and I slipped some of the summer starfruit ribbon right through the slide, tied a knot, and then added that to the card. And my suggestion for layering all these leaves is to use a lot of Stampin' Dimensionals. It gives all of this a lot of dimension in between all the layers, and it's really nice for holding things that are embossed or have a lot of texture to them. So the dimensionals are great for that. And this is on a Riding Hood red card, and I've sponged a little bit of the soft suede ink around the edge. So I hope you enjoyed that.